Welcome to, or welcome back to, whichever one it is, my channel. I'm Ads. This is my 2014 Transit Van B'lister. Absolute massive pain in the ass, but we're going to try and make something good happen today. This is a video I didn't think I was going to make, if I'm being completely honest. I'm not much of a painting person, not a big fan of it. I've fallen out with people over painting before. I can't stand it. But the van was looking a little bit rough around the edges. The van was a bit rough when I bought it. It'd been mistreated. There was rust spots all across the top here. So over the last week or so, I've been taking bits off and sanding bits down and basically just getting involved with all the prep work that comes with wanting to paint your van. So I've took the plastics off. I'm going to Raptor coat the plastics. That's what I'm hoping to do today. I'm leaving the bumper on. I'm going to mask up the bonnet and everything because, well, it just looks like ball ache to take off, not going to lie. I've took the rest of the plastics off. Thinking about what to do with the wing mirrors. I might mask off around them depending on how much I've got left Raptor coat wise. They might just get cleaned up and painted black. For those of you living under a rock, this is Raptor coat. It's made by U-Pol. It's a polyurethane or urethane coating, I'm not really sure. It's basically a tough, durable coating. You can use it for all sorts of stuff. It's mostly used for bed liner, but loads of people are spraying their vans in it. I didn't want to do the whole van, so I'm just going to do the trims. The reason for that is because some of my trims have some pretty nasty gouges in them that it's not worth replacing the trim, so I've filled a couple of them. Some of them will just be hidden by the Raptor coat. It comes with its own gun. Lucky enough to be able to use a compressor here. And so yeah, I'm not 100% comfortable with it, but something's going to happen in it. Worst case scenario, I'll just have to shave it all off again. But I've got to turn the van round and poke the nose back into the workshop, lay out some tarpaulin, and stop procrastinating. Okay, so all the plastics laid out, resanded some of them, I've masked off the lights, and I've cleaned them all off with some white spirit. I've also sanded the front of there. You've probably seen all of that anyway. But while I'm here, these two panels here did have holes in the corners while the white spirit's all evaporating off. I'll show you why I filled those. I've taken there was big bump things hanging out here that pick up these here. Now, because of the state of the van, these were bent. To replace them was quite expensive. I opted to take these off. My doors don't swing back that far ever. That's not a euphemism. They genuinely don't. So I figured I might as well just take them off, fill the holes in, paint over it, forget about it. It's 100 quid I haven't got to spend on buying new bloody stoppers. Procrastinating again, and oh, look at that. All right, I've got this gear here. I'm gonna put a link on Amazon. It's basically, it's your polythene and the tape. I'll see if I can show you. I've got to do this side a minute. Look this. Watch this, look. Absolute genius. See the wheel arch there? Right. So it's got the tape at the bottom. Sorry for the blade. Got a tape at the bottom. Just pull that off. Go from wherever. I'm going to go from here. Just to cover over here a minute. All the way over there, look. And then slice her off. And then I bet there's people watching this going, don't use that, it's shite. But yeah. Now when you're a moron, like what I are, That's genius. So much easier. Next step for these plastics, adhesion promoter. Now, adhesion promoter improves the adhesion of paint to most non-porous surfaces, including rigid plastics. Sounds like something we need. So I'm gonna dash a load of this on. With the Raptor stuff, they do their own breed of adhesion promoter. It's bloody expensive. This has already cost me enough as it is. Full disclosure, this has cost me most of my motorbike. Not my Pan-European, don't worry. But most of my old motorbike, I had to sell it in order to be able to do this. So, on one hand, I got to keep the cost down. Other hand, I got to try and make it work. It's one thing that's getting to me at the minute is I'm really shocked how much actual trim there is. When you're doing it in bits, taking it off and sanding it, I still got the whole bumper as well. And I've only got 2 litres of Raptor. So I'm going to do 1 litre in on everything and then go back round it and do another litre on everything. That's all I can do. It's just try and gauge it and do 1 litre for the first coat and 1 litre for the second coat. 1 pass on everything. Procrastinating again. Here we go. Excuse the compressor noise. I'm going to dial it down to about 45, I think. We'll go with that. So this controls, this bit on the side controls how much air is coming out. We don't want too much. I'm going to try that. You've probably gathered already not to take this as an instructional video. I don't really know what I'm doing. Terribly nervous, not going to lie. But, so this is the Raptor kit, as I said earlier on. It comes, you can buy it with or without the gun, depending. Apparently this gun's not the best. You can get a much better one. It costs about 60, 70 quid. And that's not for me. Lorry there, isn't there? The reason that I went for this setup was because you get your bottle of Raptor Liner in black and you get the right amount of hardener. That's all you have to do. All you have to do is crack the lid on this one. I'm not going to do it yet because I've still got to wait for some of that adhesion promoter to go off. So literally pour that in the bottle and shake it up for 2 minutes. So I've procrastinated long enough. The adhesion promoter's dry. There's nothing more for it. Just as well do it, ain't I? So, whew, pour that in. Lid on. And shake for circa 2 minutes. I think we can all agree that's quite enough of that. That was definitely 2 minutes. So once I'd finished shaking it up enough, all I had to do was screw it into the bottle and do a little test on a piece of card that I had behind me. You probably won't get a lot of talking at me in this bit of the video because I had my game face on. You just couldn't see it because it was behind the mask. So far, so good. But overall, the Raptor paint was quite easy to use. And like I said earlier, this isn't an instructional video. This is just one of those videos that just proves that someone like me could do it, that you definitely can. Raptor paint is very forgiving. The one piece of advice I will give, however, is try to keep the gun at an equal distance. Don't tilt it. Point it directly at what you're spraying and always follow the contours of whatever you're trying to cover in Raptor. It's as simple as that, really. So yeah, that's about all the advice I can give. It did go a lot further than I thought it was going to go. So I've done 1 litre of it, and I don't know how good that looks to you folks on the camera. Definitely needs another coat, places like wherever the filler's been and stuff. But as far as finish and coverage goes, I don't think that's bad at all. Not bad. So what I'm going to do is wait for that to go off, and I'm going to do another go over everything as quickly as I can, especially the parts that you can still see the filler through. And then I'm going to do what a guy I've been watching recently did. He's called it a drop coat or a mist coat. So what he done was he stood at a distance and just laid it on. Just layered it all on like a mist, just let it all fall down on it. And it evened out the finish. I'm hoping that's going to work. I've got more paint than I thought I was going to. I didn't think I was going to have enough, if I'm being completely honest. So I'm pleased about that. I've cleaned the gun out. Yeah. I don't know why I was so nervous. Never painted before. I'm not keen on painting. I've still got the whole van to do yet. But yeah, so that's the first coat of Raptor. Done. Woosah. Right, it's been over an hour. I'm gonna do the next lot. For the second coat, I'm gonna try and go a little bit less textured, just to try to flatten it all out a bit, just to even it up a bit. To do that, apparently you turn the air pressure up a little bit. So I've done that at the gun. We'll see how it goes. So, turning the pressure up just a little bit more, letting a bit more air come out. It was a finer texture, still very textured. I don't know how well that shows up. And there we go. That's the one bit where I oversprayed. Shook it as I was a bit close, and I shook the bottle and loads came out. But if that's my only issue, buzzing with that. There we go. Raptor coat. I'll let that go off and we'll have another look at it. Woohoo! Okay. I was going to start this by saying I'm usually quite self-deprecating. I normally think I could probably have done better, or I should have tried harder, something like that. But I've got to be honest, for the first time I've ever used a spray gun, for the first time I've ever done anything like it, I'm over the moon with it. Absolutely buzzing with it. I'll show you in a sec. I've unmasked it. I can't put them on today because I've still got more to do on the van, but that's going to be in another video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign this video off, and I'm going to play some lovely music, and I'm going to show you how the Raptor paint is taken. So with that said, I just want to say thank you for joining me in this video. If you did like it, do the buttons and stuff. Press the bell, and you'll see the next video, which will be up soon, of painting the van itself. I've got to be honest, I feel a little bit more confident. Raptor paint is a lot more forgiving than actual paint. And, but it was a good way to cut my teeth on the spray painting side of things. So yeah, thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Here is the finished Raptor paint trim, still on the floor, but have a look.